All right, all right. Hey, I just wanted to come in to give everybody a brief update. I've seen so much stuff being talked about with JMO. It's unbelievable, the rumors that are being spread about this guy, and you know what? I'm going to add another one to the list, or kind of a rumor, I guess. But I've seen so much stuff. I was just in a live stream, and I've seen things like the reason why the NFL is dragging their feet is because this makes them look very bad, that the news was leaked and JMO didn't have a chance to appeal. Well, then we also heard from JMO, right after the incident was reported, there was also a quote to go along with it that, and I reported this the other night when it came out. I mean, it was late. He said that he wasn't going to appeal. He was going to take this one on the chin. Then, of course, the next morning, things started to steamroll a little bit. More information came out. We've seen it all, right? And I want to be very clear. So the PES testing and PED testing, based on what I have come up with, right? As far as their guidelines, their actual rules from the NFLPA in the drug policy, everything that we need to know, what substances they're going to be tested for. It's pretty simple. There's annual tests for the following substances. There's cocaine, there's synthetic marijuana, there's amphetamines, including Adderall, opiates, opioids, PCP, MDMA, otherwise known as ecstasy or Molly. The PES annual tests for the following categories of substances: anabolic androgenic steroids, protein and peptide hormones, anti-estrogenic agents like tamoxifen. Again, like I said the other night, medication like breast cancer survivors are typically on, and selective androgen receptor modulators, otherwise known as SARMs, like the medication Osterin, diuretics, stimulants, gene doping, etc., etc. So the question is this: was this an annual PES test? Did this test include, the PES and the SOA, I guess is what they call it, the SOA policy, that all players receive this annual test, had JMO not had his yet? I don't know. I don't know the answer to that question, but here's what I'm going to roll with. He was tested. Okay. And the drugs that I mentioned that he was tested for, there is one rumor that has not been substantiated that I mentioned in the morning show this morning, that this involved Jameson Williams being tested and allegedly having a report on Adderall. Like the test came back, the Adderall came up. Now, allegedly, okay, this is, I'm going to say a rumor. It has not been substantiated. I have not called the lines. And you know what? They're not even going to tell me anything anyway. Dan Campbell has made it very clear that until the NFL comes out with their ruling and what they're going to do, nobody can talk about it. It would have to come straight from JMO or his agent or somebody extremely close to the situation that would know any more. But that is what I heard, okay, from somebody that texted me, I believe the next morning or that night when it was coming out. I don't remember the timeline now. It's all a blur, man. It happened so fast. But anyway, and my short-term memory is for crap lately. So anyway, I just wanted to clear a few things. Number one, the reason why Jameson Williams is not technically suspended right now and still training with the team, still practicing with the team, is because he is owed what is called a 5-day window to appeal. So if the hammer was dropped on Monday, you drop dirty, dude. Well, he has 5 days, which is going to give him till what? Friday, right? So he has till Friday to appeal. Now, we've heard that he is not going to appeal, but here's my question. If he has a prescription, and that's the other part of the alleged rumor, is that he has a prescription and that he dropped dirty for a prescription, why wouldn't you just furnish the paperwork? At that point, yes, you still broke the rule because paperwork, maybe it didn't get turned in on time, but I think that would look a whole lot better than the alternative. Question number 2, based on these rules, okay, when I go back and look at and I said this the other night, when I go back and look at, what happens with punishments, it's said in there, I don't have it pulled up in front of me. It's said in there that the first instance of performance enhancing drugs, so not PES, not substances, but drugs, the first instance was like a warning. You had to get involved in some sort of a program, complete the program, free to go. Second offense is the 2-day ban or suspension. So the fact that he's already getting a 2-day suspension, does this mean that he's already been warned? Did he drop dirty for something else in the past? I'm not real sure here. I'm not sure, and I'm not even going to speculate. But I can't remember. I can't remember at any point in time where J-Mo was dropped dirty. It's never been reported that I know of. And trust me, I paid a lot of attention to J-Mo. So, and what's funny is in the testing, it doesn't even say that they test for THC. Doesn't even say the synthetic THC. But I don't know why you're testing for fake marijuana and not the real thing. That's just weird to me. But they're not even testing, for marijuana. I think the league has kind of come full circle here on the whole marijuana thing because there's a lot of, again, alleged good things about it that can help people with pain and otherwise. So that'd be great. If it helps players, if it helps people, I personally don't partake, but if it helps them, wonderful. I mean, as natural as you can get it natural, man, that's the best way to go. Forget big pharma. Get as much natural stuff as you can. Again, I will say this. There's a lot of rumors. J-Mo, if he's going to be suspended, I'm sure we're going to find out by Friday. I think that's the last day to meet that 5-day window. That's the only reason why it hasn't been announced yet. He has a 5-day window to appeal. As far as what he is being suspended for, the alleged rumor is it is a prescription medication. And don't know if he has paperwork or not. Don't know if he turned it in. Don't know what happened here. But here's what I would implore the NFL to do. You already screwed the kid on the whole gambling thing, right? You screwed him big time. I think he served twice the amount of suspension that he should have. So how about you cut the kid a break? Give him one game at the most and be done with it, right? I think that would be beneficial here. But anyway, that's it. I just wanted to update you on this. J-Mo has not been suspended yet. That NFL decision, league decision is looming over all of our heads. And I just hope the best for J-Mo. I'm sure he's going to take a big step forward. I did want to read you a couple of things. So Dan Campbell said that he was not really supposed to talk about it. He also said that, or J-Mo said there was no choice but to kind of take it on the chin. This is all in the last couple of days. The 97.1 interview was great with Dan Campbell. But he also said that, that he practiced with the team on Wednesday today. Campbell said this morning, he's going to be here. He's helping us until they come through with whatever's going to happen. And that should have been enough right there for people to understand that he was allowed to practice until the NFL was done. If people would just pay attention to what Dan Campbell says, I mean, honestly, there's no reason to watch these videos because I'm just going to tell you the same thing that he's telling us. And I'm trying to add some layman's terms to some other things and I guess cover all the bases and try to give you a gift wrap video of what's going on. Dan Campbell says he thinks that J-Mo's going to come back better than he was before. They trust J-Mo immensely. And there was this really good quote by Dan Campbell. Let me see if I can find it real quick. It was so good. Oh, I think it's right here. It is. This is Dan Campbell's quote on J-Mo. This was phenomenal. Just great words by head coach Dan Campbell. He says, here's what I can tell you. I trust this kid. I trust him. And unfortunately, you've got to pay for your sins, And if something happens and this comes down, so be it. I know this. We dangled the rope down on the way up. We can't wait for anybody And over a year ago, he started climbing his way up and he got to us. That was powerful right there. We dangled a rope on the way up. So imagine you're in a tunnel, right? You're in this cavern, you're looking up and there's a rope. And Dan Campbell, you know, they've given him an opportunity. Just grab the rope, JMO. Start working your way up to the top. Dan Campbell says he made it to the top. He was on the top of the mountain again. He goes on to say, and maybe he just lost his grip, but he'll climb back up again. That rope is still there. It's tied to us. And he'll be just fine. But he's part of this team, and I trust him. Dude, that should almost be a poem, Dan. Like, that was perfectly said. Anyway, I'm going to end it on that. What a great way to talk about your player, man, and give him all of the hope and the praise for doing all the good work that JMO has done to earn the respect of his teammates, his coaches, the organization, the fans. Keep kicking ass, JMO. Keep kicking ass, dude. Come on back. Be better than you were before. Maybe you don't get suspended. We'll see. We'll see here in a couple of days. Take care, guys. Go on Pride. Go Detroit Lions. We'll see y'all in the next one.